YouTube, and I'm going to tell you why I'm not scared. Like we were talking about FDA, DEA, and all this stuff. Why you're asking, am I scared? What did you think? You think
I would be
so scared?
Yes.
I'm not scared. You know why? After all this searching in my life, right? When my teacher called, he says, drop everything, come see me. That's what he said in 2016. I've never seen him before. I'm a clairvoyant. In energy, he works with me. And I felt a very intense connection with him. And when he said, it's very imperative for you to come see me because I'm going to give you your life back, I didn't understand what he meant. And I have been working. When my first time I encountered my teacher, I was 8 years old. Okay. So I have been working from childhood with these energies. So I knew when the calling was there, it is intense. And I'm going to show you my laptop, my, my laptop, so you will see what I'm talking about. Okay. This this symbol, do you see? Mhm. So that means, like, it is actually the middle point is your Atma, our soul, pure light, the four directions where we get our uh, directions from. Like each per space has a specific meaning. One is about bliss, one is about doing the right thing, one is about being very creative with being responsible and productive and keeping your word, and one is about making other people's reality our goal. Okay, so like essentially, but they say it's spiritually differently. And the inside space is that oneness space we hold, where whether I am in physical body or not in physical body, declaring what is the space in me I represent. So the way my teacher says it is cosmic consciousness can is not something that you can hold or talk about or describe. But the material consciousness is made of is not different from the material that is representing you inside. Does it make sense?
Yes, it does.
So when you declare as me, I am this, I am a representative of consciousness working through me, representing it. So it's like a very different way of expressing. So the I identity separates me and my ego. But whereas when I lose my identity, I become the pure love state. And that exists whether I am in body or not. That one is thing. But the funny thing that happened for me, I'm going to say it in another way, that way you'll understand it. I was always searching for this missing part, which is my soulmate, my true love. I fell in love with my husband and I got married, but still there is that like emptiness. It doesn't matter how nice your mate is, it doesn't matter. I still felt I'm missing something. You feel the same way, right? So when I went to meet my teacher,
And it's a different type of love that you look for.
yes, because that's like unconditional. Like it's beyond mother, it's beyond
Child.
mate. So my teacher explained to me in a very nice way. He says right side is your male side, left side is your female side. But it could be the other way around too. Like your inner child is in the belly, and the expression of who you are as cosmic consciousness is your elder in you. So all four are piece of you. And the pure light within that goes beyond word is that oneness space. That is, you are qualitatively the same as consciousness, but quantitatively you're different. You are not the entire consciousness, but you're the exact piece of consciousness that is called God, right? But I didn't get it before. So I'm like, working through that. And when I was in his presence, I felt so fulfilled. I cried, I wept, I was lying down. He was like sitting in the middle because I've said how many millions of years I searched for you to find you. And I wept because that love I felt inside was so fulfilling. And even then, I didn't get it. Afterwards, when he was, because he does every Sunday, he does continuing education program. Even last week, we had the education program. Finally dawned on me because I was looking for a validation, and it dawned exactly, I should say April 19th, if I have to use the number. I was saying, give me a validation universe, what I need to work on. And I was told I would need to work on water. And so I went and bought like holy water. But then I entered a space where the water suddenly joined the ocean. So I melted. Now to retrace me, I cannot
Mhm.
even find it, right?
Mhm.
So that's so funny. So then I was driving and I saw this on the sky.
Oh my God.
So I felt what
What is it?
validation. It's the same fingers he puts in. Remember, like a five he put in?
Oh, like this.
Yes, that's the same thing on the sky I saw. What else I need for validation?
I ask all the time. I've been more and more lately
See, so
to
like
ask
I,
for validation.
I'm gonna show like what I'm showing people. So this is exactly the sign my teacher sent me. So what I found finally is all the time I'm searching for that space inside me. Who's me? I was looking for that other side of me, the side that is on the other side, and I became whole. And I felt I don't need a marriage. I don't need a children. I don't need my teacher to know who I am. And I became wholesome. That space, when it dawned on me, I wept because I was thinking all this time I'm searching for something outside when it's just me in the mirror. Like I'm like saying, oh my God. Isn't that funny?
No.
It's
Mhm.
like so funny, but it is like hilarious. And actually, it is in my mission statement. My mission statement says my project is to be a spiritual mirror. And
Mhm.
here I am. Finally, my teacher showed me the search is over. It's me I'm searching for. And he has been telling me all this time, but for some reason, only April 19, 2018, it dawned on me. And actually, there are so many other symbolic things happen. So I'm like, so because my teacher said, go get water, right? So I go to the store to get water. That's that divine day where ultimate present will be given to the world. That was April 18th. I went April 8, 4, 18, 18. So then when I was getting the water, this meditation symbol was there. And you could see, like, very expressive. This is the mother of compassion and abundance, wealth. And you could see very expressive. One side it smirks, one side it's laughing, one side.
Mhm.
So I was thinking, I don't know what to do with it. And I felt very drawn instead of putting it in meditation to wear it. Like I felt like, almost like I need to hold on to it all the time, like a blanket.
Mhm.
So I was in a temple, and this is the temple for Lakshmi, and it's spiritual mother, and she is sitting beaming. That day for some reason I energetically felt. So I decided, oh, I'm gonna take off. I'm done. So I get up. My spirit became very restless. I never felt anxious. So I was saying, what the heck? So I went and sat down again, and she looks at me. She says, who gave you permission to leave? So I was forced to sit there for 2 hours because she's checking me out. She's figuring out, I think, what is going on because she wants me to calm down and like settle in her space. And when I was leaving, they were doing it like every 12 years, they'll do re energization of the temple. That's what was going on. So the construction workers were there. And the building is like, like on top, there will be like, sacred space they'll hold. Each time, like, I get special gift from my spiritual mother. And I actually picked up some, whenever I am there, I'll pick up bangles. So each time I go, I'll pick up different sets of bangles. So I said, oh, might as well pick up some bangles. The red one I picked up because I said, I'm waiting. So I go out. Suddenly, this garland falls from top of the temple in front of me before my car.
I forgot the.
This garland,
Really?
prayer threads. So she's saying, I'm going to give you more responsibility. How heavy it is, right? You
Mhm.
could feel it.
Mhm.
And
Oh yeah.
and she says, I'm going to give you support. So she gave me the garland so I can wear it. So essentially, she knew what I wanted to do. She says, I'm going to support you 100%. And usually in temple, the thing is, anything that you find in the temple, you are not allowed to take. So the priest was walking behind me because because they all are leaving, and I think the timing she makes sure, like, I understood the message. So So I couldn't take it without his permission. So I said to him, "Hey, this fell right in front of me. What do you want me to do?" So he says, "It's meant for you." He says, "It falls on your feet and it's meant for you. That's for you to have." So he says, "You take it." So immediately in front of the temple itself, I wore it. But what I'm saying is, she knew what I'm going to be facing, and she's already sent me support. And so, what you were saying about FBID and stuff, do I feel scared? No, because like I said, my teacher says, don't come tell your teacher how big your problem is. Tell your problem how big your teacher is. And I felt that's what they said, they are going to handle it on the other side. So I don't need to worry because I feel I'm at a space. Even if I don't have a job, I can grow up, man. It's like I am not worried anymore because the worry is for the world. I feel I am in sync at that space where I need to be, and I don't need to do nothing more to find me again because I'm not going to lose me because I know I am whole, and I don't need anybody else to validate me because if I'm doing it right, what is given to me as a problem, that's fine. And I feel every problem I need to bring it to completion. That's what my whole journey was about. And my teacher said only one more lesson he'll give me is when you're talking to people, don't arrive at conclusion. So when FBA call, DAA call, don't arrive at conclusion. Just hear them, let them say their piece. But that's their opinion. So if a judge is saying that's their piece, that's okay. But in US the law moves very slow. They're gonna give me plenty of chances. US is all about building people up. So I'm not at all worried. But at the same time, I have to do it by the will too. I cannot just be blinded. That's why, when I called the lawyer, he says, "Don't take it lightly," because he felt like I was taking it not seriously. I am not taking it lightly. I'm not taking it seriously either. I'm just going with the flow, like the water.
Right.
So if I'm obstructed, my other teacher said, if you're obstructed, think of yourself as the water, work through the boulder. And he says, Ganges, which is the glacier, melted Himalayas and went and flowed. So the glaciers are capable of melting a mountain. And he says, there is nothing like water in its tenacity to overcome. And already I was told I need to work like a water. So work with being persistent, being determined, going with the flow of life, and never say no to life. That's what my teacher said recently. Say always, whatever problem, solution, or salutations, valedictorians. Say yes to everything. Yes to challenges, yes to victory, yes to success, yes to anything. Duality is only in world. You don't need to project duality. Pain and pleasure is the way we judge that situation. So there is no suffering. If you just go with that, my teacher says it in a very nice way. He says, people who are sustaining you are the rice, people who are opposing you are the spice. Let there be rice and spice.
Right, huh?